Hello. Hi, our Support Fibro friends. Hello, hello. We are here live and excited to be here with all of you. Happy to be on here. Hopefully we are ready to go for Brandi and I. It's been a long year so far. So to kick us off and get started, it's great to be here with all our Support Fibro friends. I am Melissa Talwar. I'm the executive director of the Support Fibromyalgia Network, and I'm also a board-certified functional medicine health coach with additional training in functional nutrition and neuroscience. And we have Brandi joining us on this live today. Welcome, Brandi.
Hi, I am so stoked. Look, okay, I showed Melissa this before we got started. I found a pineapple bubble blower. I loved these things when my kids were really little. I still love them now because this is a great way for you to distract the little ones on those flare days. And so we just turn it on. And I figured today was a good day because we're having a special announcement. Let me back it up a little. Look at that. It's got so many bubbles going. I can't let it run for too long though, because it's going to make a mess here on the carpet. But this is a great way to have your kids run through them and all of that. It's very exciting. Whoa, there's a lot of bubbles. You see how many bubbles that is?
That's so cool. We're celebrating today. So that's with bubbles, and I should have prepared better in my background because I don't have bubbles. And we have Crystal here. Crystal, shout out to you. Amazing, amazing advocate who's also been working with us behind the scenes too, getting a lot done, as we'll have some announcements ahead.
This is creating
Brandi
too many
covered in bubbles.
It's like overtaking me, but it's very cute too. But yeah, special shout out to Hardcore Crystal because she has been really doubling her efforts with the advocacy this year, despite some of the issues that she's had going on. So I personally thank you. Shout out to Crystal because she's been amazing with all of this.
I know, and there's been a lot of work behind the scenes, and I know people have been asking where I've been because we were doing a lot of frequent lives, and suddenly we've been getting a lot of questions, and I know we had to put a little bit of a pause as we were traveling, but it worked, right, Brandi? We've just been working really hard behind the scenes, so to let everyone kind of give an update. Well, for me personally, first of the year, I was taking some accelerated anatomy and physiology courses, which eventually I hope to make announcements about as we go further, as decisions are made. But we've been working hard at Support Fibro on group medical visits behind the scene, doing more medical education. We've been finding more providers that are open and having discussions about working with patients in the fibromyalgia community so that we can increase education across the board and then also improve treatment modalities for fibromyalgia patients out there. So we are really excited that we are finding these doctors. We're bringing them together. So stay tuned for more announcements with that. We also just recently hit the road with Miles for Migraines. Miles for Migraine, we did some of the events with them. That was super exciting to actually be back on the road a little bit. So doing the Phoenix event, Houston, thank you to everyone that came out and also picked up information from us, because migraine and overlap with headache, we're seeing a lot of the conditions that overlap together. So it was nice to connect with people, and people grabbed information for their fibro friends from the booth as well. So we've been hitting the road. We'll probably have some dates coming up soon. I have a very ambitious idea that I threw out at Brandi recently in the middle of everything else that's going on. So hopefully, well, you know us, we love to execute and get things done and make sure the fibromyalgia community feels involved. So we're excited about those updates. What else do we have going on, Brandi?
Oh my gosh, we have so much. Like, we can fill in more about the upcoming awareness campaign that I have. We have some other information that we want to give out at the end of this, because I know after this presentation, we want to be able to have a question and answer session, and then we can tell a little bit more about that, but definitely highlighting the things that you've done, because Melissa has been doing better about doing Reels video, and they're very like rock theme. I really like them. And you have the Miles for Migraine Reels up to share out, and there's a lot of fun pictures about what you were doing. And Oh my goodness, Carrie. Carrie Tough is here. That's what I call her now. Hashtag Carrie Tough. She's here.
Wait, you
She's
got
been,
Hardcore Crystal and Carrie Tough. Hi,
yes.
Carrie. And then we have Danielle tuning in too. So I guess we'll have y'all let you deal with the nicknames because I can't.
Well, I don't even, so I have this thing that when I really get to know someone and I give them a nickname, it's like a little just, like an endearment. I don't have a lot of friends, but the friends that I do have are very good quality friends. So Carrie had made a comment on one of her recent posts on Instagram, and she has a strength like no other. And she was saying that she's one of the toughest chicks that she knows. And I think she's one of the toughest chicks that I know as well. And so I was like, you should like have a hashtag that says Carrie Tough, because that's like a whole different level. And for those of you that were at the fibromyalgia conference that we had last year, we're working on another conference this year. Um, Crystal had made a comment and I had tagged her Hardcore Crystal. And that's actually how I have her saved in my phone too, is Hardcore Crystal. It's so much fun. Like we're such a good community together. We really get to know one another. And I just love, and the reason I made a point about Carrie being here is that she's in Taiwan. So it's like super early for her right now, probably in the middle of the night. So the fact that she's here, that's amazing. So thank you, Carrie. We appreciate your support while we do this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, Brandi, we don't want to keep people waiting. We have a special announcement for them. And again, we'll address some other things at the Q&A in the end and we'll give some more updates. But Brandi has something special for us with an announcement.
Oh no, you do the honors. Like you do the honors of doing that. I'm going to present this really pretty slideshow, but you do the honors of announcing it. It's amazing.
Okay, well, we're super excited to make a special partnership announcement with the Inspire Fibromyalgia community. We really feel that it's a special opportunity to connect with more fibromyalgia warriors across it's actually international, but they're doing amazing things. So we are the new organization that will be the ones creating content for the community. So we're going to tell you more about what that means and then invite all of you to join us even there. And we're going to be spread out. We're going to still continue on social media, but we have a great community there where we can chat with each other. We can meet new people in the community. We're going to be doing a lot with inviting like experts, so patient experts, medical experts to the forum as well. So Brandi, whenever you're ready, we can share your presentation.
Yes.
Okay.
So Inspire is just an overall health community platform. And then within it, they have smaller communities like for fibromyalgia, lupus, chronic pain, depression. They have all these communities. And so we took over the fibromyalgia community. And this is huge. And the reason this is huge for me is because I've been on Inspire for a while. And I've just been like interacting in there. And when I found out we were doing this partnership, I was in the meeting and I really couldn't even think because I was just like, this is so surreal for us. Like we're actually in this situation where we can make sure that reliable, consistent information gets out to the fibromyalgia community and just the reasons. I'm going to share this presentation and we can see why I'm just so excited about this, but this is a real honor for us at the Support Fibromyalgia Network. So I'm ready to do it. Yes, here we go. Okay, so official announcement, Support Fibromyalgia Network and Inspire are now partnering. And this is to create a safe and secure online community for those living with fibromyalgia. So again, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section and we will address them at the end of this. I don't want to take too long going through these slide decks. All right, so what is Inspire exactly? So Inspire is currently the world's largest and fastest growing health community. They have over 10 million annual users, patients, and caregivers that can discover a unique type of health and wellness support. This is so important when you live with a chronic illness, as we all know. So Inspire also accelerates medical progress by connecting patients with researchers and doctors working to discover breakthrough treatments. You all know at Support Fibro, we are all about that research and, connecting and making sure we fill in those gaps. So again, this is very exciting for us. Inspire creates their communities with the most trusted partners to provide useful resources and safe experiences for their members. So why did Inspire choose to partner with the Support Fibromyalgia Network? Well, Support Fibromyalgia Network is a patient-centered organization dedicated to educating and supporting the fibromyalgia community. And it is also a generation of advocates and community leaders ready to take on fibromyalgia in a new era of medicine. As you know, we all work with the community together because we can't all do this on our own. At Support Fibro, we work to foster collaborative relationships with the patient community, healthcare providers, and researchers. And we aim to connect fibromyalgia patients, caregivers, and their families with trusted and reliable sources of information. This is really important to Melissa and me on a personal level. Everything we do is on a personal level. So what has Support Fibro accomplished so far? So I love this slide because this really highlights just a few of the things that we do at Support Fibro. So far we have accelerated fibromyalgia patient and medical education. We've empowered advocacy efforts. We've expanded research for translational treatments, improved health equity and access. We have developed a vision for group medical visits and so much more. As Crystal mentioned earlier, 80% of advocacy work is really done in the background. So you can imagine everything that happens in the background that really we are not able to tell about yet or really be able to show because we've got to do it. So these are just some of the things that we have done right here in the last few years with Support Fibromyalgia Network. And Support Fibromyalgia is a vast network of experience, mentorship, and collaboration with veterans, support group leaders, social media influencers, caregivers, families, healthcare providers, and researchers. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of people that make us up. We are helping everyone transition to this new way of collaborating. We're all about community and team. So this is why Inspire has partnered with Support Fibromyalgia Network, because they trust us to provide reliable resources to the fibromyalgia community members in a safe and secure environment. I got goosebumps right now. I just have to say, I have goosebumps. Like, I think all of our hard work has really paid off, and it just continues to do so. So how do you join the fibromyalgia community on Inspire? Let me show you. It's very easy. You're going to go to fibromyalgia.inspire.com. And then you can create an Inspire account, which is free. You join that fibromyalgia community, and then you'll be connected with over 18,000 members. So when we first started working on this partnership with Inspire, we were at 17,000 members, and we've already grown to over 18,000. I don't want to say it's like 18,000, almost 300 members that we are. You can find one another, you can become friends, you can do all kinds of stuff. So when you go onto the fibromyalgia community page, this is what it will look like. On the left-hand side, you'll see the community partner. That's our logo. And right there, you can go to the website when you click on website. And below that, you'll have a little bit about us. But once you're on there, if you want to create a post and introduce yourself, ask for help with anything or whatever it is, you can go right there to create post. And you can create a post and start, getting those resources and seeing it. Oh, see, the other day when I was doing this, we had 18,210. So we're well on our way there. This is so exciting. I'm so excited right now. And you can also find the Inspire app in the Apple Store. It's only for Apple users right now. Hopefully they are working on something for Android users as well. So a summary, Inspire is partnered with our nonprofit because they trust us to provide reliable resources to the fibromyalgia community members. You can connect with over 18,000 members to exchange ideas and support one another in a safe, permissions-based environment. And then you can find the Inspire Fibromyalgia community at fibromyalgia.inspire.com. And always thank you for your continued support. You can find all about our organization at supportfibromyalgia.org. I told you I was going to do it fast. That was the last slide because I know that Might have got, I know. Yay! I'm so excited.
Well, and one thing to mention too for people, I know sometimes with the social media conflict, but the great thing with the Inspire network is that you can actually be anonymous. You're not
Yes.
required to put in your actual information. So if you want to comment and browse, you can do it anonymously and you don't have to give all your data that sometimes the social media platforms require. And so that is the unique thing of balance when it comes to people that are trying to figure out the right area for them when it comes to being online and having an online presence.
Yes, I'm so glad that you mentioned that because I was like, there was so much information that I wanted to put into the slideshow, but I was like, I don't want to make it super long because I'd rather us just talk about it with the community. But yes, that's a huge thing is just being able to post anonymously and not have to worry about all that. But yes, and we constantly have moderators that are there. So if you can't get into, the community for whatever reason, they have moderators there that's 24/7. I mean, even if it's on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day and you need help, there's people there that are there to help you as quick as possible. So that's another great thing about it.
Absolutely. And just having those moderators. So you'll meet a lot of the advocates. What our plan is to connect some of you that are actually chatting right now with the members of the Inspire community through chat features or expert features, patient advocate features, so that you can connect with them as well. We'll have resources through Inspire that'll connect back to our Support Fibro website. But we definitely love hearing from all of you in the resources that are needed. And we're noticing a lot from that community as well, asking different questions on, there's a lot of people that are newly diagnosed that seem to register for Inspire. So they have a lot of questions on getting started. So that's why it's incredible that we have resources here. And everybody knows we're big fans of our blogger community and we're always utilizing those. So if we need to create those combinations of different blogs that can help people, we'll definitely do it. And that's on the schedule as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just so exciting. I'm just so glad that we're able to be involved with this and, be able to have this partnership with them because this is just a great way for us to be able to connect with the community even more and include everyone because not everyone is on social media. And I know for some people that's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're not on social media. But, I have a love-hate relationship with this. I totally get it. So this is a way that, spread it to people that that may not be on social media. Let them know about Inspire and how safe it is and secure, and it can be anonymous as well. So share, share, share.
Yeah, definitely share with people that maybe are looking for a different type of community. And then also just a reminder to our advocates who are watching this now too, this is your opportunity to join this community so that people can learn about your work. And this is how we build communities across the internet. And it's great. Like I really want people to know about Carrie's work because I'm not sure you don't have to fill in all the information at Inspire. So there's people internationally. And I see Joanna here too as well. So let's get everybody connected with each other and the amazing resources that have already been out there, the amazing groups like Veteran Voices for Fibromyalgia. We need more veteran and military presence in these forums. So we're definitely going to continue to do that. And like I said, Carrie, you're a wealth of knowledge on being an advocate anywhere you are. So we're going to figure out ways to make sure that you get connected to this network as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited about this. And once you get onto Inspire, they have a new feature where you can be friends with other community members. And also I want to highlight one of the features is that when you make that post, when I was showing it in the slide deck where you can create a post, you can cross post across multiple communities. So you can select what communities you want to share it with so you don't have to do it all and it'll keep it in that community for each one. But yeah, when you get on Inspire, join the community, find Melissa and me. Both of our tags has our first name _ support fibro. So find us on there, make friends with us. We're only friends with one another right now. So help us make friends on Inspire.
Yeah, help us make friends. And you bring up a good point with the other communities. There's other communities on Inspire, and you can kind of connect with those other communities. So if you have EDS or lupus, I know that those communities are pretty active. So there's some cross posting that goes on. with the exchange. So if you have multiple questions for both community, you can kind of post, which is interesting and something that I'm trying to get used to, because I'm seeing posts from different communities. I'm like, do I reply here? So we're all getting used to it and adjusted with all of that. But it's exciting news to be able to reach more of the fibromyalgia community.
Yeah, and I think honestly that I'm more excited about what I'm learning from the community rather than what I can provide to the community. I'm all about learning, and there's been some posts just over for the month of March. I was reading and I was learning about a whole bunch of stuff. So like sharing experiences really helps us helps to learn from one another. Hi, Rick. I haven't seen Rick in ages.
I know, Rick, we missed you.
We
You
do.
you have to, I think he hangs out in different places too, but it's good to see him online here. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Oh,
yeah.
see, this gives you a new place, because I know that there's been some departures in social media for different reasons. And that's the whole thing when it comes to having a place. Again, you can put your username differently. It doesn't have to be your real name. And then you can post and share information and connect with other people in how you need. I know we've also networked with a Discord community too. So it's just trying to make sure we have these other communities available, because I know sometimes we're deleting accounts or there's different things. So that's why it's the benefit to have another community.
Yeah, and also I wanted to highlight that on your profile for Inspire, they have it where you can make posts or you can do journal entries. And when I was talking to some of the people at Inspire, they had said that some of the community leaders have decided to put their medical journey in chronological order on their profile page. And I thought that was such a great idea. And so I went in there and I created, because I've had people ask me like, what was my health journey, how did I get to this place today, because it's not like I just woke up and boom, I'm an advocate. So I posted just a short summary of back from 2006 all the way to today, and you can browse through that. So feel free to do that with your own medical journey if you feel like sharing. Completely optional, but that is an option that you can do just to be able to connect with others that have been on the same journey as you.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we're excited. So thank you everyone for like tuning into this. If you have questions about Inspire, please reach out to us and let us know. And again, we're going to be incorporating similar things where it's, and patient advocates are going to be highlighted through the network and they can answer Q&A. And then we'll also be bringing in some of the medical providers to do Q&A on that network as well. And then we're still learning in the process on what video looks like and what posts. But I do love the fact that there is moderation from the Inspire team. So you don't get all that spam or all this stuff that we have to moderate here. Every time you post, you get the spam comment. So that's like nice to not have over there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just great. There was something that you said that reminded me about something, but now I can't remember. So, oh well, I can't remember. But
Hi, Chrissy.
before we go, hi. There was a few other things that we wanted to talk about before everyone signed off, because we've been on here for like I think like almost 25 minutes, so we don't want to keep anyone much longer. But May is around the corner. May is next month, Melissa. Like Melissa and I think we have had more conversations in the last 10 days than we had over like the last couple of months. I think we've spent hours each day like talking on the phone about advocacy and the awareness coming up. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. And Brandi and I actually talked. I was driving home from Tucson yesterday. So we were on the phone practically the whole time until my signal dropped. We would have probably stayed talking for like 4 hours straight, just making sure we have all the plans. So there's a lot coming up. So of course, Advocacy Week and going virtually to Capitol Hill. We're back at it virtually for Capitol Hill. If you're interested in joining us and being a delegate, a fibromyalgia delegate, and joining that, please let us know. We would love to have you there. And that's something too, we're working really, Crystal is a big part of that as well. So shout out for all the work that is going on behind the scenes as we get this ready. But the virtual Hill Day, it will be through Zoom, just like we have been. We are going to be working on hybrids moving forward as we fundraise for those particular things next year in 2024. But in the meantime, we're still virtual. We have on May 4th, we have a special video that's going to be going out through Swing Care on how to be a better patient advocate. And look for that and join Swing Care and Dr. Chadwick as we talk to her. Brandi and I have an interview with her. So that's May 4th. We also have something with a summit, and I hope I did okay. These interviews are always hard when you pre-record. I don't know if anyone has any advice, because you pre-record without a lot of prep, and then you're like, oh no, I forgot to say stuff in context. So please, for all of you out there, I might have sounded way too positive. And I'm just like, oh no. Well, they got me talking about nutrition, which is probably why. So we'll see if that, and I don't have the dates on me yet. But Brandi, what else is going on for May?
Oh, we have Shine for Fibro that's happening. I'm so excited about it. So we have Shine for Fibro, which is an awareness campaign. And the reason I'm excited about this is not just the meaning of Shine for Fibro, what it means about, just shining a purple light and being able to shine a light for those that need that hope. To show that we're not fighting alone, that we're doing it together, to shine a path on the path that we're forging forward. There's a whole bunch of meaning on it, which I am working on the post I've updated my post completely. So that'll be posted out later today. But so this awareness campaign is super important, because if you followed Support Fibro or Being Fibro Mom for any time, you'll know that I harp a lot on advocacy, because you see a lot of awareness, but awareness cannot happen without advocacy, and advocacy cannot happen without awareness. They really work together. So awareness is bringing attention. I had to think about that word, is bringing attention to a problem, and advocacy is doing something about it. And so I find that very super important that they go together. So Shine for Fibro is the awareness of it, of bringing attention to fibromyalgia. And then the advocacy part of it is what we will do, and about sharing your story and that sort of thing. I don't want to talk too much about it, because I can be here forever talking about it. I'm working on the post. It should be up later today. So check tomorrow on Being Fibro Mom for that Shine for Fibro. Images are going out. You'll see a little bit on it on Instagram as well, but that's coming in May. And I'm like so excited about it. It'll be launched tomorrow, but it's for May as well.
Well, there's a lot, as Carrie said, there's a lot that goes on in May, because there's a lot of overlapping conditions that it's also their awareness, and we do proclamations and stuff like that moving forward, with celebration of the whole entire month, and then Awareness Day on the 12th, which I know a lot of other conditions also have May as a celebratory time too. And then we are also working on a project with lupus spoons and heart, faith, and strength to get that creativity going. There's coloring books available on the Support Fibro website, but I'm excited because there's all this empower. There's going to be a special workshops with empowerment and with lupus spoons, Brandi and Nikki, that I can't wait for everybody to see. And it'd probably be more of that. If you like these things and you're able to participate, let us know so we can continue to create stuff like that and really dive into the creativity that's already existing with our advocates who have such amazing creativity going on. So please definitely continue. And I think we decided that's going to be somewhere the second Saturday in May, potentially. We have to talk to Lupus Spoons. Shout out to Lupus Spoons out there and Nikki.
Yeah, Madi was part of the symposium yesterday. Looms for Lupus had a symposium last night at 7 p.m. Eastern time with Estella and Juana and Tatiana. And that was a really good symposium. So Madi was on there sharing her story, and they're all so sweet over there. And I love what they're doing. But we also have Patients Rising. And then we have the Fibro Conference. Melissa, somebody asked Melissa, are y'all having a conference again this year? And I said, what did you say? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, you got to say yes, because this is happening. Like, it's on my whiteboard. And with me, I'm visual. So if I see it, it's going to happen. So conference is coming up because Melissa, we're working towards that fibromyalgia conference or concert that we're going to have in a few years. It's happening. Remember, it was mentioned last year. Somebody accidentally said fibro concert. So that's going to happen too eventually.
I remember. And like, I just want to shout out to Carrie with her work too, World AS Day on May 6th. So there is a lot of conditions we're overlapping with each other. Yes, June, we're headed for the Patients Rising fly in. So we're trying to bring in some more fibromyalgia delegates into that as well. We'll be back in DC again in July at the NINDS, which is the house we are looking to hopefully get fibromyalgia in soon enough with the neurological condition. So we'll be networking with a lot of researchers over there in July. So there'll be a lot of trips. There might be some touring. I don't want to say too much, as I stressed Brandi out the other day. I was like, let's do this. So we want to meet you. If I'm on the road, please spread the word, and we'll try to do better at giving people dates in advance to set up things like workshops, health coaching, meetups, whatever we need to do to just get the community connected. Say hello. I travel with a lot of the resources as well. I know depending on what I do, if I fly, it's less, but driving is easier. Maybe taking the train, look out for that. Amtrak, if you're listening, we need some sponsorship so we can travel around. But if we are on the road, please definitely do your best to connect with us. Let us know where you are located. So if you're near a train route or a train stop, keep us posted and let us know, because we have some dates and cities in mind to meet all of you for later in the year. And yes, Fibromyalgia Conference will happen again virtually. And we have some medical providers that have already taken interest and have already told some other medical providers to take interest. So it seems like we have a lineup. We've just been told to maybe figure out what platform, and then we'll go from there. So a lot of stuff is in the works. We are working really, really hard to get a lot of things launched. I know Brandi with the Families Program has stuff too that she's working on behind the scenes. So
yeah, and then we just found out that one of my cousins, so we have a doctor that's in Birmingham, and I have family in Birmingham that is really close with my mom. And we found out that one of my cousins has a plane, and he charters between Charleston and Birmingham. So I was like, Melissa, come to Charleston, and we're going to try to find a way to get on that plane to go into Birmingham and visit and come back. That would be so awesome. Like, that's going to happen. He's on vacation this week. I'm going to call him next week. But the other thing I wanted to say is that for the first week of June, I'm going to be in the Virginia area. So the DC area, like northern part of Virginia, Maryland border. So if you are a fibromyalgia patient, caregiver, supporter, please let me know. I'd love to be able to connect with you and meet up with you, because I don't get on the road as much as Melissa does. I've got kids at home and it gets kind of crazy sometimes. So I don't get to get on the road as much as Melissa does, but I figured while I'm going to be up there for like a week and a half waiting for the patient's fly-in to take place, that I can go ahead and connect with some of you that are living in that little area. I can't go too far, but we're coming to North Carolina, Danielle. We've already talked about that. Like, I had my map pulled up with Melissa on the phone, and I'm like, you know, we got Nikki and Jade down here in South Carolina, and Francine, and we got Danielle and Karen, and we're all going to meet up in Charlotte. Hopefully, we're working on it.
There's a lot of people in North Carolina that are waiting. So North Carolina, yeah. South Carolina, if you're a fibromyalgia patient in those areas, you have a really strong team in those two states. And the Carolinas are really strong. And you guys are in different parts as well, which makes it unique, but fantastic, because we are talking about doing some more in-person events in those states once we come through and visit. So that's what I mean. There's a lot of stuff that we're planning and a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. Sometimes it just takes a lot to verbalize it to all of you, but please, for everyone out there, do not give up hope. We're working hard to get these changes done. We're working very fast and including a variety of people, diverse organizations, diverse advocates, cross collaboration along other disease states. So we want everybody to know that you're definitely not in this fight alone. And just reach out, let us know, come to an event. If you can't do it where you go in person, I'll be on the phone with you, FaceTiming from there. So we'll do it. And like I said, get a chance to connect with Brandi while she is traveling. And hopefully, I had something else I was going to mention and I totally lost track.
Somebody had a question about getting information about the virtual advocacy day.
Oh, okay, perfect. I will definitely post that information and make sure you get it. Jan, so just to update everybody a little bit with the virtual Hill Day. So what we do is we focus on fibromyalgia specific advocacy. If you are interested in advocacy for something else that maybe isn't federal level, or you have other things, we can send you to other organizations or help support you do the work separately. But for May, when we do this advocacy week for training, we have team leads that take on a lot of the meetings. There's some training for anybody that's new, so you feel well supported. And we are working on fibromyalgia specific advocacy because we do need more funding for fibromyalgia specific research so that the NIH we can figure out classification, proper classification, what house do we belong into. They need to open up more funding at the NIH for fibromyalgia specific research. And shout out to Dr. Chadwick for actually mentioning this quite a bit. And she said it really well, because what we learned in some of our talks and conversations with her is that she's doing research in her area of Kansas City, but she has to file it under another, I think it was it chronic pain syndrome or central? I don't remember specifically, but she can't say fibromyalgia, and she really needs to have those grants open up and funding open up for research that says we can say fibromyalgia, because it doesn't help if we never get the fibromyalgia word. It's not enough. And that's what we're really doing on the Hill for in continuous work. It does take a lot of effort and energy, and we appreciate everyone that can join us and virtually. And then again, we're going to really hit the ground running after that and go in person. Constantly get used to it. So we will have a Hill Day for fibromyalgia in person in 2024.
So Renee has a question. How, if possible, can the everyday fibro patient get involved? I love that you say everyday fibro patient, because that makes it a distinction between those of us that have been doing it for a while and those that have not. But it's easy, whether you've been doing this or you have not been doing this and you've never done it before. It's so easy to get involved. Reach out to us and we can give you some specifics about what you are actually wanting to do. But something that we can all do just right here, like when this video gets over, share it out, tag us on there. Anytime you see any of our images or you see anyone's images about fibromyalgia, share it out. So that's just like the basis, like the minimum that people can do to get involved. Like I said, I didn't wake up one day and just say, oh, I'm going to be an advocate, and I just did it. It all started with me just sharing my story, because I was struggling and I was needing help with taking care of myself as well as raising my children. And I just started sharing my story. Hey, this is what's happening. I need help. There you go. That's how you can get involved. But if you want more specific questions, you can reach out to Melissa or me. We're happy to take questions and specifically help you and see what you're wanting to do and how involved you want to get, because I know our energy kind of goes up and down and varies from day to day. So we can help with that too, because we live with fibro. We know how it is, so we can help.
Well, and there's so many ways to be involved with the organization. If advocacy isn't your jam per se and doing some of that stuff, we're definitely looking for other community leaders that want to do things in their area to support the community. Because maybe you like helping people, you want to start a book club, you want to do other things when it comes to that. So we're really supportive of different people's needs. I had initially wanted to launch a Donate Your Doctor campaign. So if you have a doctor or provider that is interested in getting medical education, or maybe your doctor is the bomb and should be educating other doctors, like there's a whole bunch of stuff. You can donate your doctor and like we can get in touch, have conversations. But if you want to do more community involvement or teach people how to grow vegetables, we're all for that when it comes to being an advocate, because that all counts, it all matters, and sharing your story, getting involved with different things, like I said. So it's all helpful. And what I remembered what it was. Okay. So the charter plane. Okay. I cannot back off on how cool that was. So Brandi told me, and Dr. Jared Younger is in Birmingham, Alabama. And so he at one point was looking for brains to scan for fibromyalgia patients. And so when she said that, I was like, more brains. So I think it'd be fun and things like that too. If you live in Birmingham or if you're connected with Dr. Younger on the Facebook page, let them know. Just reminder that we have stuff. We want to work with more researchers like that. I'm sure if I write Dr. Younger and be like, I have brains for you, we'll charter the brain, we'll charter the plane over to Alabama, or anyone in Alabama will figure out how to get you to Birmingham so that we can have our brain scanned. That would be awesome. Yes, that was it, because that for research, if he has the equipment available, I think we might have to do a couple times. I'm not sure, but that's cool. We can contribute to research that way and contribute to fibromyalgia.
We're going to end up getting an RV and traveling across the country. Carrie wanted to know, tell us where to send money on May 12th, and advocates can also help. Okay, so anyone can help with the Faces of Fibro campaign. You don't have to be an advocate, just send your selfie into them. If you go to Faces of Fibro, I think it's Carrie, help me out here. I think it's like the Fibro, I can't remember what their tag is. It's Faces of Fibro Canada or something on Instagram, but they have their email address, and you can, I have brains for you. That's going to be our tagline. That's awesome. But anytime that you want to donate money, now, when I don't like to ask for donations because I'm very selective of where I spend my money. But if at any time that you want to donate your money, you can go to Support Fibromyalgia to donate, and you can choose where you want your money to go to. There's a drop-down menu. If you wanted to go to research, advocacy, whatever, you can specify where you want it to go. It's super important that when I donate my money, that I know exactly where it's going and how it's going to be beneficial. And we're all about transparency here at Support Fibromyalgia Network, because I know that in the past that I have donated some money to some organizations and I never heard anything about it. And it was just like, okay, I don't know what happened to my money. This is my hard-earned money that they had. And there was another one. Oh, Danielle said, could medical students get involved?
Absolutely. And I think that's the way to go, because we are noticing some of the burnout that's existing with physicians. So it'd be definitely it's on our radar to create a program for medical students. We would just need a lead. So we're looking for these leads that are willing to take it. And even like PA, like think outside the box, like a physician's assistant. If you know a physician assistant that's willing to take a lead on working with us to create content for fibromyalgia. And if you're noticing you're getting referred a lot to the physician's assistant, then let's create medical education for other physician's assistants in a primary care or rheumatology setting. And then that way they can work with you. NPs, nurse practitioners, nurses, all of those people, and even OTs. We had a great conversation with some occupational therapist students that weren't aware of fibromyalgia. And I sat with them and talked with them, and we were like, wow, this is a really good field to get more involved with the fibromyalgia community as far as their training for occupational therapy. We love our physical therapists. So that was something that we wanted to add in there as well. And then just on the research point of transparency, what we're really working on here in Support Fibro is to introduce you to the researchers. So we have videos with the different researchers when we involve them. And I'm always emailing the ones that ask us to share their survey. I was like, come on and do a video or something. I know a lot of the researchers are shy, but we always encourage them to do some sort of video presentation with us. So that way they can introduce themselves, because they are human beings and they want to hear from us. And then we follow them along. So that way you always get updated, and there's ways to always invest in that type of research as well. We were excited to talk with Dr. Sarah Devoto. So she also was at the conference, and we've done videos with her. We had different cannabis researchers on, so we'll follow along and get updates for them. That way you know what's going on with research. You aren't just filling out a survey and then not knowing what happens, because it happens all the time. And we're like, wait, whatever happened to that research survey you did? So we're trying to put in those pieces together.
So as you can see, we really reach out to everybody. Like we reach out to everyone, because we can't do this by ourselves. Like living with fibromyalgia, I was telling Melissa yesterday, she was like, well, I didn't know if you'd be able to go to, XYZ. And I was like, I have a great support system right now, that I can be able to, you know, have surgery like I did, or be able to go on a trip to, you know, do the advocacy stuff. And it didn't happen overnight. I definitely had to build that support system. And that's what we're here at Support Fibro doing, is building the support system and being able to help one another out. Look at all these people in the comments that are just suggesting all this stuff. And so when Melissa and I say, if you have ideas for something, no matter what it is, no idea is a bad idea. Bring it to us. Let us know. We can help you. You can help us. Like, this is all about being a team. This isn't about, you know, getting credit for it, or, you know, doing that. It's just about us working together to make these changes. In my Shine for Fibro blog post that I was writing, I was talking about how my mom was diagnosed with fibro in the 90s. So like, here it is 30 years later, not much has changed up until we started doing all these things with Support Fibro. And that's what drives us at Support Fibro, is making those changes that are so long overdue, and increasing this funding, and doing all of that. Yes, look at that. That's what we're all about. Like, I love this. This brings my heart so much joy right now. I need to turn back on my bubbles, seriously, because I'm just so excited right now. And I know we're not going to be on long, but yeah, there we go. Crystal, you see my little bubbles? You see that, Carrie? So cute. It's all over me now.
So we appreciate everyone out there letting us give you an update. Again, we'll be back with more strategic lives as we go along through this, and join us on Inspire, and we will get a lot of this off the ground. And two, if you want to know more about getting involved, we would love to hear from you, as we are definitely you can tell we're organizing a lot. So we do need help of people, especially in different regions. Again, if you wanted to host a meetup somewhere and it's in that route, we would love the help and volunteer support for that. And like I said, Brandi said, share our content, share our pages with other people, share the Inspire network with other people, and let them know that they aren't alone in this community.
And we're on YouTube as well. Is this really loud? It sounds really loud for me. We're on YouTube as well. So share it, like it, comment on it. I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't know all the phrases. My kids would have them down packed. Subscribe, click the button, do all that. that helps. That helps, especially with fibromyalgia awareness.
Yes, definitely. Just letting people know about our organization goes a long way. And especially just hitting subscribe or like, because for some reason that matters to stakeholders compared. So that helps. So it, you know, if you're asking for things that you can do in that sense, that really does make a difference. Comment, engage with our content. Let us know what content is missing that you want support with as well, and we'll get it done.
I know. Look how long we've been doing this live video. I thought it was going to be like a 30-minute thing, but then we have everyone and this is what happens when we all come together as a community. We start sharing all these ideas and all this stuff. And I love this. This is amazing. The rest of my day is just going to be amazing.
Yay. Well, and to let Crystal know, I know which physician assistant you're talking about, because I've reached out to her as I was looking at physician assistant programs for myself. So we are already in conversations too. So that's why I said we're working like this whole, that's why we called ourselves a network, because we have branched out to different networks. We're bringing everyone together to try to bring this community together, bring our networks, our shareholders, and whoever else together, so that we can make this a better community moving forward for everyone.
Absolutely. This has been so great. Thank you everyone for tuning in with us. We really appreciate it. Like, so much love right now, and I just love it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you very soon. And again, reach out. We'll post more information on Virtual Hill Day for Advocacy Week. Tune into Shine for Fibro programs. Watch us online. Use the coloring books and share it online if you take a picture. Let's get creative for all of May and the rest of the year, actually.
let me add, Carrie does coloring, and she's been sharing her books. She has like 40 something, like 47 or 48 books. I couldn't believe that she actually sits down and finishes the entire coloring book, but she doesn't have kids at home to steal them from her. But Carrie, I am working on some more coloring sheets to add to our thing. I would love if you were able to print some. I will get in touch with you when we have them created and on the website, but I would love for you to be able to color some of that. Her coloring is amazing. I know it's like just coloring, but like the colors that she uses and the creativity, it's not just coloring. I have an artist in my family, so I understand how it is, but I'd love for you to be able to do that and showcase it online too.
That would be amazing. I love all this collaboration. Well,
Yes.
thank you everyone for tuning in. It was exciting to be here. So from the Support Fibromyalgia Network, Brandi and I will say goodbye. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you later. Bye.